single one of us. And how we get there is our mission. It's our journey. Healy World creates revolutionary products and opportunities to empower you to thrive and live a life of freedom, passion, and joy. We deliver frequencies for your life. I'm going to let that one hang in the air as well. These are so much the bedrock of how our business and the foundation, the beginnings and the core of how we operate. And of course, our vision and mission are one part of it, but our values, how we choose to behave on these journeys, is important too. And we have 7 very important values. We think customer first. We are passionate about delivering the best customer experience. We strive for excellence in everything we do. Think about how you do that for your customer. And in the same way, we think as a business, how we deliver that for you, our independent Healy World members, because you are our customers and our job is to help you look after your own customers too. We are innovative. Imagination, creativity, and continuous evolution in all we do is the essence of our daily business. We know that we're innovative in terms of our product because we have something that is truly unique out there in the Healy, and in the Healy coil, and in the wearable, the HRV, and in the Healy animal. But it's not just about being innovative in what we are offering the public. It's also other ways of doing the business, working more efficiently, and working to improve all the time. We are one team. We cooperate and collaborate in the best interests of our community and our mission. Everybody wins. If we don't think something is right for one of the customer, or for the independent Healy World member, or for the company, it doesn't happen because not everybody's going to win. And it's a really simple truth. Everybody wins, and we are one team. Without you, independent Healy World members, we in the corporate team are nothing. Without us in the corporate team, we wouldn't have the amazing Healy that our founder created. And you wouldn't have anyone to run your paychecks every month. So we really are one team. We act with integrity. We have an ethical, open, and transparent approach in all we do. And I was once taught something, and I did say this morning as well. If you wouldn't say it to your grandmother, and if you wouldn't do that to your grandmother, then you probably don't want to do that to any other human being, or you probably wouldn't want to say anything to them either. Integrity and openness and transparency is really important, especially as the company gets bigger, as the businesses get bigger, and many of you will be very, very big leaders. If you think you're big leaders now, you wait and see. There's plenty more to come. We're reliable. We take responsibility and accountability for everything we do. We honor our promises. We're a safe pair of hands. If we say we're going to do something, we'll do it. You can trust us. So important, especially in this day and age, especially in these times as well. We care. We take care of each other, treating nature and all creatures with dignity and respect. Again, think of how that applies to you in your day-to-day interactions with people, with your family, with your friends, with your business partners, because taking care isn't just about what you do in your working time. It's something that can just be within you. And finally, we dream. Health and well-being is the habit to make our dreams come true. Without our health, we can't enable other people to grow. We have to look after ourselves first, and then we're well enough to look after others. And boy, oh boy, there's a lot of people on these calls who've had their stories that started and that their dreams will be coming true. So that's a quick recap on the visions, mission, and values. And I'm now going to introduce you to our founder, who normally does not need any introduction, But Marcus is fresh from doing on Wednesday. He did a very special winners webinar on the Healy Coil for the people who had won this. And I tell you, the feedback and the amount of detail that was covered, it was just phenomenal. And it was a really good, high energy meeting with a lot of new learning. So congratulations to all of you that attended the Wednesday winners training. Marcus, are you there?
Yes, Gavin, I'm here and listening very carefully about your beautiful words. Thank you so much. And welcome and greetings to everyone here from Krenzlin. All right, it's my turn. Looks like.
Marcus, it's all over to you. Yes. Sorry.
Thank you.
I'm giving you the screen now.
Okay, thank you so much. And again, Les, I'd like to welcome all of you. And I was so impressed to hear that there are so many different translations going on in Spanish and German, and I forgot which other languages. And it makes me so happy because we are really one Healy world, and we like to have all the cultures present and all the languages. Languages are so important because we are going very deep with Healy. We would like to connect with Healy to the information field, and especially with the Healy coil, we like to bridge the gap between the material world and the pure information field. You can say between the material and the spiritual, but the more scientific term would be the information field, which is such a deep level of reality because it contains the meaning. And language can touch this meaning. Language is one of the most important aspects, not the only one, but very important aspect of consciousness. Conscious beings like human beings develop very wonderful, beautiful language with such a potential for expressing feelings and thoughts and impressions from nature, but especially of self-reflection, because the heart and core of consciousness is self-reflection, but not just self-reflection, but while we are self-reflecting ourselves, every moment we are continuously reflecting our environment. We are reflecting ourselves and the other. We became what we are by reflecting in other human beings, or with the animals, or with the plants, or all the beautiful nature on this planet. So this is what we are. And this is also the core of the information field. The information field is a reality which is deeply woven through it is a net of consciousness. The deeper we come in the different layers of the information field, the more we touch the level of unified consciousness and the level of very deep self-reflection. For example, if you do a meditation, it just means that you're not engaging your mind and your consciousness with all the things surrounding you, with all the people and with all the impressions and things which happen every moment. But for a certain time in the day, you're just sitting with yourself and you observe your own consciousness. Means the consciousness observes itself. It goes into its original being, which is self-reflection, and for some time reduce all the reflection of the environment and limit it to a reflection maybe on your breath or on things going on in your body. And in this way of deep self-reflection, we come to the deepest layers of our own being. And I always like to listen, especially how Gavin presented today our vision, our mission, and our values, because this comes so close to the heart of what we are and what we want to be and what we will be and what we are already in the Healy world. We are it already, even if we not always live up to our ideals or our values, even if our customer support is not perfect yet and still missing tickets. It happens, and I'm getting letters, I know how strongly everyone with his whole heart is working on it to improve it to such a level so that everyone will be satisfied. So still we can say we put the customer first because we do it We put people first. We put the human beings first, even if they are not customers. We want to help everyone to live a healthy, happy, and conscious life, and we want to empower everyone to help humanity. And this is what we have it in our hands, and it depends on us. And we are driven by our values. This is our heart. This is the purpose. This is our deep spiritual intention. Therefore, I love to hear about our values and our vision and the mission, how we want to do it. What is our special contribution? And we have chosen this contribution because no one is doing it in this way, to connect the material to the spiritual through frequencies, to connect our material existence with our deep being in the information field. And there's a gap in between. And I have just in the last days, I have spoken a few times about this. This is so important that we are actually living in two worlds. I remember the song from Madonna, I'm a girl in the material world. So I can say, yes, I'm a boy in the material world, and we all are. Our body and our mind is struggling in the material world, but we are aware about that's not the only level we exist. We exist on a deeper level, and it's very beautifully reflected and represented in the information field. So there is one famous professor from Italy, Professor Giuseppe Vitiello. He wrote this great book I have in my shelves called Your Double Unveiled, where he says that all of us with our molecular body and all the electromagnetic fields which are permeating it, we have a double, we have a reflection in the quantum vacuum, which is the zero energy state, the ground state of the quantum fields. And the quantum fields, through the quantum potential and quantum processes, organize all our expressions of life. Just imagine billions of neurons firing in the brain, not creating a chaos. No, they do not. And even if some harm or hurt is doing here and there, the other neurons taking over. This is because not one of the neurons is for itself, but it's connected by a unitary, holistic quantum field behind, which works by a unitary, holistic quantum field behind, which works through frequency to create coherent domains in our brain and that's a big difference between living matter and non-living matter. But actually, I don't believe there is non-living matter, because life is the nature of everything, and life means coherence. It means a higher organization from a deeper level. And the closer we come to the true nature of the information field, the closer we come to what really organizes our whole life. And this is the deep values which we are having within. So the Healy Coil, and this is actually the topic which I got today to talk about, because on the 1st of June, the launch of the Healy sales is done, so that you and all of your clients and customers can go to the shop and order it and have the same experience as many of us have already had with the Healy Coil. So therefore I'm supposed to talk, and I am already talking about the Healy Coil. I was not off the track talking about values, talking about that we are a being in the information field with a deep spiritual connection, a conscious being, a self-reflecting being. But somehow we have a double in the material world. And I just got this idea in the last days to actually call it a stunt man or a stunt woman, because in this material world we have to do quite some crazy things. Even some friends convinced me a few years ago to jump from 4,000 meter high small airplane into the clouds. It was one of the most incredible experiences in my whole life. And I mean, but that's not I. it's my double, it's my stuntman who's doing all these activities in this material world, like swimming in this ice cold lake, which I have in front of me here. I thought I'm dying when I jumped in first 4 weeks ago. And sometimes we get sick and sometimes we have to fight against the virus. But such a relief. That's not us. That's our double. That's the stuntman, the material molecular body acting for us. So this is a material energetic state. They have lots of energy in our atoms and our molecules, in the vibrations which make us up. But the double, as the original us, is more closely described as an individual information field in the quantum vacuum. So this more and more scientists go in this direction. Is not the opinion of orthodox science. They are not talking about information fields yet, or they're not talking about it, but they try to still understand the material level out of themselves. But there is so much emerging evidence and so many really great scientists thinking in this direction. It's such a pleasure to observe it and see it. And I really believe we are a part of a global paradigm shift. I'm every day talking to scientists from different disciplines, and I see that more and more people, scientists, are thinking in the same way as we are. So we are not alone, and we have a very powerful tool. And this Healy, especially with the coil, is designed to bridge this energetic gap between the ground states, the zero energy states in the quantum vacuum, which belong to our original being in the information field, and the high energy energetic states, vibrational states in the material, and the high energy energetic states, vibrational states in the material reality. So this has to be bridged. It's bridged by quantum processes and by a field which we are calling the quantum potential. This term David Bohm used to describe the first level of the implicit order, of this hidden order, of the order of pure information, which is in the background of physics, which through frequencies actually guides the material reality. And this is the level where I really see the Healy coil working. Let me see, Gavin, please, can you give me access to the PowerPoint presentation? Thank you so much. Oh, there's so much to talk about. I was so happy that on Friday, 2 days ago, on Wednesday, I actually had 2 hours to talk. I could have talked 12 hours. And at one point, I would say when we have reached our goal of having 100 million families using the Healy, this was my original intuition when I launched Healy 2017 at our 10 years anniversary of time, whereby I went on stage and just never prepared for it, never thought about that. Our vision is to have 100 million people within 10 years to use the Healy, because one Healy can be used by 10 people. So it would be 1 billion people connecting to the information field and being guided from this information field level, from the quantum vacuum field ground states in a coherent vibration. Just imagine what this would mean for the historical development of humankind. So I think when we after reaching this goal, we should take time and just sit together for days and go deeper and deeper into the understanding, and also the deeper subtle and the quantum level, the subtle level, and then the spiritual dimension of Healy. Okay, we don't want to wait so long, therefore I use each minute which I'm able to catch to speak about it and try to get you a deeper insight into what really inspires me the most: the connection of science and spirituality, the connection of pure consciousness and matter on the other side, because this is what we are. We are a living being, and life means consciousness and matter. Consciousness by itself is not life. Matter in itself never ever will develop any life, but consciousness with matter in a symbiosis, in a wonderful game, in a dance, This is what life is, and this is what life can be. Yes, this picture you have seen already, and I like this picture very much. I have developed it and drawn it in the last months. Maybe it was ready 5 months ago when I completed to write an article called Healy, It's Metaphysics, Philosophy, and Science, which will be soon published, where I describe on 60 pages really scientific, philosophical, and metaphysical ideas and foundation of Healy. And here again, you see, here we are with our stuntman material or stuntwoman material body, which would not exist, which would have no basis of organization. It would be pure chaos if it wouldn't be organized by this electric fields on the cellular level, but also of the electromagnetic fields permeating it, guiding each biochemical and chemical reaction in our body by emission of photons. No biochemical reaction in our body would take place without being initiated by at least one photon. So the photons, the quantum field of our electromagnetic body is so important, but it's still on the material side. But the other side is within the quantum vacuum. It's long-range correlations, quantum entanglements among parts of reality which we can't even imagine. Oh my God, we are so much connected on a deeper level. And our life has such a purpose if we see how it is embedded in the universe, how it is embedded in history, that we are a question mark which the universe asks, and our life is the answer to this question. And every one of us is a different question which the universe asks to itself. So our life really matters. Every life matters and is a unique contribution and cannot be replaced by anything else. So this is what we are. And each moment in this life is valuable and is meant to answer this question, not intellectually, but what we do, how we act, how we have relationship, how we love, and how we all expressions of our life are a part of it, and nothing of it is ever lost. So this is a space in which we live, and this interconnectedness. This is what I call the global information field, and we are or have an individual information field in this area, which, as again, a part of it is related to the body. This is what we call the bioenergetic field. And this has a double down here, but how they are connected, you see there is an energetic gap between. There's really a gap between the zero ground state of the quantum vacuum and the always fluctuating higher energy states of the material energy. And they are bridged over, for example, by the quantum potential, which is a field which cannot be measured. It can be indirectly understood by its the phase shifts which it causes on the level of the wave functions of electrons and photons, but it's an immaterial field. It's a field of the implicit order. It's holistic. So that's acting on this level. And this is, as you see here, the Healy coil is designed to act, bridging this gap, connecting the information level to the physical through the language of frequency. So therefore, I consider the Healy coil to be so central, to be so fundamental. And it's such a wonderful complement to the two versions of Healy which we anyway already had. One version using very concrete electrons to send them to the body in shape of microcurrent, which is modulated by the frequency. So it's very concrete. So if you use your wrist bands or your local electrodes, and then you feel the current, you feel the frequency, and each frequency feels differently. So you connect to this language, even if you don't understand it intellectually. I believe your body understands it. I believe your mind understands it. And the connection of body, mind, and soul, which is such a central point of here, understands it. So language, a frequency, is such a universal language. And yes, but the cable Healy, let's call it the Healy with the cables, the cable Healy, actually sends electrons with these frequencies to the body. And it's meant to bridge this gap which we have here, which is in this graphic as a dotted line. There's a gap between the molecular body where the electrons are moving through the cell membranes, creating electrical potential, and the very supple, ultra weak cellular radiation of the biophotons. So this bridging this, I believe, is happening through frequencies, especially the lower and also the higher frequencies, which are of importance. The lower frequencies go more down to the molecule level. The higher frequencies go more down up to the field levels. And in the same way, there is such a dotted line between the individual bioenergetic field, which is the informational complement of the body in the information field, let's call it the bioenergetic field, and the global information field, which contains our connections to all the other life and living being and expressions of life in this universe. So there's also this bridging effect. So this is what the resonance module is doing. It's a part of the former resonance module, and you will see it will be also present, of course, in the new business model, which will be presented later. But I'm so happy about that. I think more than 75% of our Healy users have decided for the resonance module. And that's so amazing, because then if you have the resonance module, you can apply the cables, you can apply the resonance applications of pure information field analysis and optimization. And now connecting the Healy to the coil, which makes it so beautifully compact, gives you the possibility to very easily gap this bridge. So this is, I think, a nice way to understand what Healy is doing. It's connecting. It's just connecting. And frequencies are a wonderful language in my understanding of the different parts of reality which need to be connected. So I've prepared for you actually a long presentation where I wanted to show you so many things, but probably I will not do it now. I did it in the morning in the ASEAN call, but I can never give the same lecture twice. I would be bored to death, so therefore I always speak spontaneously. But I want to show you this three slides, because I think it was yesterday that Professor Harald Wallach, who just an hour ago finished his amazing lecture, because you remember I announced a university seminar which I'm facilitating, and I'm the main lecturer, but I invited 5 professors, and one of them is Professor Harald Wallach, more than 500 scientific publications, and he is actually our scientific advisor for our studies and our trials with Healy. And we are so happy to have him, because he has 30 years of experience in validation of all types of methods, from complementary, holistic health area. And so it's wonderful to work with him. He developed his own quantum theory together with Harald Artmannsbacher, Römer, and Fink, a very distinguished group of professors, very highly published, called generalized quantum theory. I can't go into the depths of it, but I believe this theory is really fundamental to understand how Healy works. So we have made a beautiful presentation, which you can use also to show the first Healy coil study to others, which shows you very nicely how the Healy coil in this study helped to improve the quality of life, the quality of well-being, very nicely compared with the control group, which didn't do anything. And also similar performance in the Healy with the cables. And we have shown you also here on the scale how large the observed effect in the studies was, because there is a scale from 0 to I don't know what, but normally studies results are if they are middle or large, they're between 0.5 and 1. But our results create a Cohen's d effect size index of 1.56, or even here more than 1.6. Professor Wallach couldn't have believed. And he wrote a beautiful, I had seen it, he wrote a long article about this. He called self-application, because Healy is a self-application. You can do it for yourself wherever you are to improve mental and physical well-being using 2 bioenergetic feedback devices. So this is how he calls the Healy, to be able to understand its position among medical or non-medical devices. And so what we did is a randomized control trial. This is what he suggested. Randomized means we have chosen all the participants by chance, and have by chance also grouped them within 3 groups. One group doing nothing, one group using the Healy, and one with the cables, and one using the Healy with a coil. So this is considered to be 2 bioenergetic feedback devices. One is the Healy with a coil, and the other is the Healy with the cables. So his concluding remark in this, I think 6 or 8 pages article, which will be now submitted for publication by him, is this, and I like to read it to you because it says everything. We conclude, Professor Wallach states, that this bioenergetic applications using Healy or Healy coil are effective in improving general well-being and individual complaints in medically healthy volunteers. The 2 active interventions are roughly equal in effectiveness, with the traditional Healy with the cables being somewhat more effective, but both are clearly superior to no application control group. Thus, these devices can be considered useful self-application options. So I think it's a very nice conclusion, and later we will give you more quotes and insight into the article of Professor Wallach. Yes, so I think I used my time, and I think I used it well. I said what I wanted to say today. And yes, I'm always so happy. I'm so happy to see our growing community. And I already see this growing dynamic impact, which we are doing in so many different countries in the world. And believe me, I didn't travel now for, my God, almost 1.5 years. The last country I traveled was Poland, where we had a wonderful conference in Poznan and then in Warsaw. And in between, I went to Budapest. And since that time, I didn't travel anymore. But now in the summer, I will start traveling again. And I'm so much feel this inner impulse to go to Southeast Asia, to visit so many friends there again. And of course, visit again this beautiful countries here in Europe. But believe me, I didn't go to the United States since 16 years. I have just once made, for me, really amazing visit to New York City and to Washington, D.C. And I met many friends, but now I'm also so much driven to go there. So I believe the next year I will just spend traveling, and hope to see you all wherever you are in the world and get to know you personally. So thank you very much for being here and contributing to Healy World.
Marcus, you are going to be inundated with invitations to the United States and everywhere else. Now you've confessed this. 16 years. I think we'll have to give you a very big steampunk Einstein t-shirt and a list of dates on the back, because wherever you're traveling, people will want to see you. So you've set yourself up your own tour now. I'm just warning you, because everyone will want to be where you are.
Okay, maybe I got slightly over enthusiastic, but it's fine.
Marcus, as always, thank you so much for sharing this knowledge, for explaining it into so much detail. This time round, everybody knows the name of the book, so everybody is very happy. And it really is an absolute pleasure to have the founder of the business so hands-on It's very rare that the founder is so involved, and I mean on a day-to-day basis as well. And the fact that you even alter your slides in between delivering these messages, it's just that attention to detail that makes this business so special. And it really is one of your big contributions. So thank you so much for coming on.
It is not meant impolitely that I disappeared, but my camera shut off itself because my internet connection seems to be low. So
okay, that's fine.
I wish you still wonderful. Oh, here I'm back.
Great.
I wish you a wonderful Frequency Friday with great contributions. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcus. And there we go. As if by magic, my slides come back up with thank you, Marcus, as well. So you've heard from the founder today, and we're going to continue because the Healy Coil promotion, many of you will have been on the call, the ones that had won. This is just some very formal recognition. Congratulations, USA. You are the top 10 recruiters in the Healy Coil promotion for the whole of the United States. And you will all hopefully have received your coil, or they are being sent out to you right now. And Tara Berner, number 1. King of the Hill, number 1, and that's from New York, New York, which was where Marcus last went to. So we can say that our journeys always come to the same places. If we look at the Europe top 10 as well, Ronald Gruber, congratulations. But if we look here as well, you know, we've got Spain represented here. We've got Turkey represented here. We've got Germany represented. We have lots of different European markets where the people have been selling this from. So the one thing that I put this up for is keep a note of some of these names. Okay. These are the people that are shaking and moving in the business. Okay. And if you want to learn from the best people, you always want to learn from the people that are hot right now. So if we went back to the US and you see the people on that list, look them up, find out if your community knows them, and find out and go and say, how did you do this? How did you work this Healy Coil promotion? What did you go out and do to help grow your business and be so successful? Because when you learn from successful people, the success breeds success, and it will rub off on you. So this is another way of helping to accelerate your achievements and your educations. And of course, Asia Pacific as well. Congratulations to Lau King Hua as well, number 1 in Asia Pacific. And again, we have all sorts of different countries represented in there: Japan, Australia, New Zealand, and Taiwan as well on this occasion. Congratulations to those top 30 in the world. It's an incredible achievement. Seek these people out and learn from them. Now, the Healy Coil is going to be on sale from June 1st, or it was going to be. Marcus, even this morning, said, how about we bring this forward? How about we get this going as soon as we can? It's already on sale now. It's on the shop. It's in the store. You can go in to your store as usual. The link should already be there. We launched it this morning. Why did we launch it this morning? Because we wanted you to get to this as soon as you can, so you can start using your own Healy Coil. For those of you that were the winners, it's on your way. It's on its way to you. Some of you will have already received your Healy Coil as well. So it's very exciting. It's actually live now. And we were laughing because actually we were saying this morning, we're actually ahead of time. We've launched ahead of schedule. And again, that's another sign that the Healy evolution is continuing to gain momentum. So it's great news for you, all of you. Those of you that hadn't won a coil, now's your chance to own one yourself. So get ordering as soon as you can. And 2 more significant dates to look out for. July the 1st is really, really important. Okay, couple of reasons. We've got the launching of the brand new compensation plan, and at the same time, we've got the brand new back office. To say launching a new compensation plan on its own is ambitious for any business is normally enough. It's normally big enough. But we're doing these 2 pieces, these 2 initiatives, which are both really, really significant. And we're going to do something else as well. And I'm going to show you what I mean in a minute, but I'm not going to show you because our second guest speaker is going to show you. Ron Williams, who needs no introduction either. He has just finished doing the USA tour with the US team. Always working on something, always hustling and shuffling, and really doing his best for the business in his role as global ambassador. And whenever Ron comes in, Ron said, how do you want me to play this today? He said, and I just said, just bring in that exuberance and your natural energy that you always bring. I said, you could light a fire that was on fire. So, Ron, you've got the best introduction there. I will hand over the controls to you and take us through what you're going to take us through, please, sir.
Well, I know everybody's been waiting to hear this announcement and see some of the details today. And Gavin, thank you. What a pleasure it is to work arm in arm with you, with the team. Some of the best work I've seen come out of this company we're going to be announcing right now. Marcus, always an honor, always a privilege to serve your vision, your purpose, and to just bring this message to the world in a very powerful, coherent, and aligned way. So I want to say to all of our international guests, ni hao, konnichiwa, bonjour, hello, see ya, buenas tardes a todos, privyet and dobry dien, allo, guten tag, and howdy to the Americans. So if you are ready to see the new unveiling of where the model is going, will you say, I'm ready? Can we just get a little bit of energy? Because today the energy of these frequencies are going to fire through our fingers. And it doesn't matter what country you're in or what language, just say, I'm ready. Because this is really not about being right or being wrong. This is about stepping into the Healy vision, mission, and values and finding a common conversation, a common alignment, a common coherence so that we can literally be who we say we are. And that is, it's not about so much, it's very much important how we get the energy, but maybe you could argue it's more important how we spend that energy. That is where the rubber meets the road. And I recommend that we spend it making this world such a better place because the Healy doors are open. So it's with great pleasure that I get to share with you something that allows us to step into our vision now and our mission and our values, not just say those words, but become those words. And folks, it will never be perfect. But I will promise you this on behalf of the team that I work with, it will always be progressive. And that you can count on, and you can see that happening right now. So what I see is a company just really grabbing its identity and living into it, number one. Number two, I see us, helping the people who are wellness servants, who really want to get out there and serve people. I see coming up with a new comp plan, the new back office, the new subscription model. These are all things where we're stepping into our identity because the consideration here isn't one group or the other. It is a collaborative compromise that we're all one group. You know why I say that? Because some of you are customers. Some of you are business builders, and that's some of you love culture. You love the idea that Healy World is a vision that's bigger than all of us. So none of us get in the way. This is not about being a critic because it takes no power to be a critic. This is about surrendering to the greater good so that we can truly be who we say we are and take this vision, mission, these values, this business to the world to make a profound impact on humanity. So, when you see this plan that I'm about to share with you, I've been doing this a long time, and I've said this phrase many, many times because it couldn't ring truer. A plan doesn't work you. You work the plan. And just make sure that you note that right now, that you work the plan. When you get a menu, the menu doesn't tell you what to order. You order what you want. You do what you're going to do to make that work for that particular sitting. So remember this is about the common good of all, the people who are product people, customers, who are members, who are business builders, who are culture ambassadors, and for the people who are D, all of the above, because this was the intention of the team, was to truly be who we say we are and serve all unapologetically. We can't be everything for everybody, but we certainly can just do the right thing. And what you're about to see right now, in my professional opinion, is truly some of the best work I've seen in my time here come out of the company in terms of how we accommodated all. So Gavin, if with that said, let's get going and let's rock and roll. Oh, we do that. Okay, thank you, Jesse. I have my assistant here taking care of my handicap. So here we are. This is kind of the new pricing and subscription strategy. Now, you don't have to remember all of this, but I will give you some key action items to kind of go with this when you move forward, because the key action items are what are important during this window that we're at. But as you can see, there is lifetime grants here that are here, and there's also subscription grants, but the subscription grants are 3 months free, and then they become a subscription. And we'll even talk about them becoming a subscription, at a discounted price for you, for being with us the way you have, for pioneering this with you. We're going to give you some of those, pass those benefits on to you. So the new pricing for the Healy Gold, you can see up on the screen. And folks, don't get attached to every little thing. Get attached to the direction, please, because the company wants to reserve the right to listen to feedback, make sure that everything is on point when this all goes live. But you can see the Healy Gold price is €417 with 250 commissionable volume or personal volume. It includes the Gold Cycle, the bioenergetic support, and the Healy Advisor search module. So basically, those are lifetime with that. So it's kind of nice. 3 lifetime programs. There's no bundle here, however. Next is the Healy Holistic Health program, which the price is €837, 500 points. Nice for the business there. Again, you're going to get your lifetime purchases. Add the Meridians 1+2, the Heal Advisor search module, and then of course now there's some bundles here with fitness, bioenergetic Harmony 1 and 2 that are coming with that. 3 is the Healy Aura. What a great name, right? Because everybody loves that particular program. You see here that you get your lifetime programs, 6 of them: Gold, Bioenergetic, Mental Balance, Meridians 1+2, and Aura, Heal Advisor search module, etc. And of course, you have the bundle there available with this program as well. Now, the Healy Resonance. Look at this price. How cool. It's €1,670 with 1,000 points. The Healy Aura has 750 points. And with this, you get 7 lifetime programs. Folks, this is lifetime. A lot of companies in this profession, they're afraid to use the word lifetime. We're using it at every phase of this process here, okay? Lifetime. And then, of course, you have 8 bundled programs there. You can see what they are. This was all done off of just research and data. This wasn't just throwing darts in the dark. This was really based off of data, okay? And then finally, the new Healy Professional. That price is $4,169 with, 2,500 points. And basically, you get the whole kitchen sink with this one. No bundles, just all the lifetime perks and benefits here. And the Healy, this professional will not be available after June 30th. In other words, on July 1st, it's no longer available to upgrade to. So if you're going to upgrade, we'll talk about that here in a minute. You have to do it between now and the end of June. Okay, next. And Gavin, if you hear me miss any of the detail here, please don't feel bad if you interrupt with me. I just want to make sure that we're giving them accurate information on the ground floor of what I think is arguably the king of technology worldwide. Could it be that this technology is king of technology worldwide? I think so, in my opinion. Okay, so let's look at what happens now. So as you get the Healy Holistic Health, and you have the bundle there of the Fitness, Bioenergetic, Harmony 1 and 2, guess what? You get a 40% discount if you've been with the company and you opt into this between now and July 1st. So you'll get July, August, and September free, but you get a lifetime 40% discount on your bundling there. So look at the price, €40, 25 points. And folks, once you go on that, If you ever go off it, you lose that 40% discount. So this is something that the company is saying to all of its pioneers and all of its warriors, all of its visionaries, all of its trailblazers, that's you, that this is a gesture on behalf of the company to give you something that you can sink your teeth in gratitude and bring this beautiful technology to your home and to your communities. Next is the Healy Aura. Again, a 40% discount for the bundling you see there below. So look at that, folks. €65, 40 points. Again, lifetime 40% discount as long as you stay on that program. And then, of course, the Healy Resonance, 40% discount on that bundling. Look at that, €100 and 63 points. Folks, this is about as friendly as it gets in our profession to make this a sustainable, predictable space to be in, where people are getting free things, they're getting discounted things, and they're getting things for life. And I love that. This is a great gesture on behalf of the company. Next. Otherwise, if you don't opt into those discounts, this is what it'll look like for all new people coming in July 1st. You'll see that one program module or group is 0 discount. 2 programs groups will get you a 10% discount. 3 program groups will get you a 15% discount, and 4 or more program groups will get you a 20% discount moving forward. But again, for our current people, it's 40% discount for life. So make sure that so in other words, if you're asking for what the call to action here is, next slide, please. I got this. This is what the upgraded subscription strategy looks like. The new pricing and the upgrades look like. So you can see each of them, what they're going to cost, what the upgrade looks like. So if you're looking for the call to action right now, you don't have to understand all this yet. There will be more documents, videos, things like that follow. But here's what I'll tell you. If you're with us now, between now and July 1st, upgrade. Capitalize on all the great benefits, because you're going to get a 40% discount for life on your subscriptions for those who've been with us. You'll also get some free programs as well with that. So I love this. I don't know if there's another slide. Yes, there's a menu here. This is kind of what the menu is going to look like. So you can see number 1 is the wellness program. It's €10, right? 6 points. You can see how detailed this has become now. Now, when you see all this, just realize this is now the foundation by which we can pull and draw and create conversations that are simple, duplicable, and easy to explain and understand. But you're seeing basically the foundation today. You can see that number 2 has the beauty, the chakras, the fitness, all the different individual pricing models there, €17 with 10 points. You see 3, the Heal Advisor, Animal Module, the Deep Cycle, etc. You see those at €25 and 15 points. And then finally, the Aura, number 4, Personal Coach, Digital Nutrition, Meridians 1 and 2, Resonance. Those are €50 and 30 points each. So folks, you kind of have it all. That's what you have. And what I would say to you with this is, don't think you have to remember all of this right now. You don't. But as you can see, we've announced our vision, our mission, our values. We've announced the coming of a new compensation plan that causes this to be predictable and sustainable, and allows us to be in consistent dialogue together. And then you're seeing also the back office, the comp center, these subscriptions that you see. All of these things are coming about. And as I mentioned to you earlier, here's what we're doing. We're refining some of the messaging as a company. We're working on duplication modeling. And by the way, little hint for you, Power Play might be a good little thing to do right now in terms of positioning and transitioning into the new compensation plan to really be doing the right things. As you know, there's talk of global expansion, no formal announcements at this point. But here's the deal, folks. I cannot say enough how beautifully poised Healy World is. How are they to know that they would go from 6 million to over 100 million in 1 year, and just really get riddled with feedback all at once? And Mark has said it well. Look, it's not perfect yet, but it'll always be progressive, and it's getting better every day. And you're seeing the manifestation of tangible things now, and it's so fun to be involved in this era. Your leadership is everything. So build it once here and let it pay forever. We're using lifetime language now. Isn't that fun? Okay. As I mentioned earlier, it takes no power to be the critic. This is not about being right. This is about surrendering to the greater good, that there's something bigger than all of us here that we all feed into coherently. And that's what we're trying to achieve here, is a coherent business model together, coherent vision together, coherent culture together, that we can bask in and make better because we are each involved in contributing, plugging in. So in closing, what I'm going to say to you is this. This is about company-wide coherence. This is about creating coherence on the planet. This is about creating alignment, that we all have our hot buttons, but if we share together in the alignment, this is unstoppable, and the future is blinding in terms of bright. So I'm going to ask you a final question before I turn this back over to Mr. Gavin, is if you're willing to align, if you're willing to surrender the process and just make this the greatest company in the history, because our industry has never seen this technology. We are the unicorn. If you understand that you're either in alignment or you're in the way, say, I align, I am in, I will figure it out because I said so, right? It's not, oh, I don't understand all this. You know what? It's new. You will understand it when you choose to understand it. So if you're willing to align and say, okay, this is about coherence. It's not about being right or on the sidelines or in the skybox. It's about being on the field, bleeding and sweating and working with the rest of us, taking this beautiful, beautiful technology, culture, and opportunity to the world. So with that, Gavin, I want to express my love to our team that we work with. This team is just really on it. I want to express my love to the people that are on here today, that the world is a better place because of you. Make sure that you don't look left and right, and that you look in the mirror and understand that this place is better because of you. Gavin, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ron. And super explanation. As Ron said, if this is the first time you're seeing this, do not worry. We will send out more detail. We will look into the pricing as well to give you some instant feedback. We price in euros because that's our core pricing model usually. And then once we actually upload and move it onto the system, we would then move to the local currency pricing. If we started to do, because this is a USA call, it's also an EU call, which is why we're using one currency only. But we'll look at how we can deal with that too. Marcus has already responded to a couple of things. The important one to recap to all of you is that whatever you have now, whatever level you're on, you keep everything you have from July 1st as well. You're not losing anything. You'll have nothing taken away from you. And this is called grandfathering. So when you've seen the word grandfather, in this instance, it means I bought all of these things, I keep them for life. So I just want you to be aware of that as well. So thank you very much indeed, Ron. The energy, the exuberance, the enthusiasm is always wonderful. And Ron gave you guys a very big hint there. I'm going to recap that Power Play. And Power Play is still running right now as a promotion. Power Play is going to be running through till the end of this month. Do not stop now. Power Play is a brilliant way to use the next 4 days to close out and have a brilliant month end for your business. So that's the first and most important thing to say, because then we're going to come into the June promotional announcements now. At the point where June comes in, the first thing to say is this is your last chance. This is it. It is, this is the next, there is no next stop apart from where we're going to be going together next. So the extension on the upgrade promotion, take advantage of it. I cannot stress this enough. You saw the pricing. You saw that if you're clever, you do not want to wait to go from gold to professional if you can possibly afford it at all now. And if you want to try and find ways of doing things, then promotions and stretching and working your business as hard as you can is a great way of doing this. Now, you had plenty of opportunities, but this really is the final boarding call the gates will shut and you will not be allowed on the plane after the 30th of June 2021. And that's for all existing and all new members and customers. Okay? If you start July the 1st, too late. You'll be starting with something else. So we will be able to offer this promotion for the final month. And the reason why we've offered this for you guys is in recognition of all of the hard work that you're doing, the hard work that you've been doing. And when we make all of the other changes and when you start to see all of that, you're going to see even more great results from all the work that you're working on. This is the new promotion. This will start on the 1st of June. Okay, so it's not today, it's June the 1st. It won't be on your systems at all for you until sales made on June 1st. So you've got an amazing power play already that you should be finishing off and gunning for. And then you're going to have a double fast start cash bonus promotion. It's available for everybody, not just people who've qualified for fast start as well. So the Healy Holistic Health Plus, when you sell it, normally you'd get a €25 bonus under the fast start terms and conditions. And the Healy Resonance, you get a massive €50 bonus, in addition to all the other commissions, all the other earnings and the other payment bonuses that you're entitled to. However, for this month only, your amounts are going to be doubled in the promotion for all sales. So you're going to be picking, if you sell a Healy Holistic Plus, you're going to get a massive €50 of bonus, and a Healy Resonance €100 of bonus. So please focus on the promotions. Use the promotions to build your business, to bring more people in, to share the potential of this incredible product that we have. Because promotions are also designed to help you grow, and they're there to give you confidence and to give you a boost as well. So just to go back on it yet again, just in case we haven't done this enough, we've got the Healy Double Fast Start Cash Bonus, and it's the final ever month. I could almost want to play, Marcus was talking about Madonna with the Material Girl. I want to play Europe, the final countdown, because it really is the final countdown on the Healy Upgrade promotion. So go and make these things yours. Work those promotions and really drive your business forward in June. Make it your best ever month, okay? We've talked about the last chance to upgrade. It will be a missed opportunity, so just, again, double and triple check that there's nobody or no one or nothing that you haven't thought about. And also remember, it's all about you, fine, as for yourself, but it's about your team. It's about all of the people that you look out for, that you've brought into this business. And by the way, the upgrade, it's the last chance to speak to some of your customers and say, you know, you've been using this product now, you've been using the Healy, reconnect with them in this month and say to them, look, we've got more news for you. You've been using this all this time. Maybe you want to go for it now. So take advantage. There are always ways of growing your business right up until the last day of every single month. Work your promotions. Buy your Healy coil as well. Why? Because if you use it and you want to, why buy the coil? Because how can you sell somebody, or how can you tell somebody about an experience if you haven't had one? The best people who grow their business are people who've got benefits because they've directly used the product as well, and they've actually used it daily. And also, you are able to use, when you use a Healy coil, you are able to run more than 3 programs a day. Marcus was explaining this the other day as well, which is wonderful. And it gives you more use and more time to use the Healy. And ask your customers as well. All of your customers that have got a Healy could put a Healy coil on it. So you see immediately, it's not just one part that we're talking about, but it's 2. Make sure that you're teaching your customers the benefits of the Healy coil too. It saves you on the cables, and it gives you so many other benefits. These are all the ways of upselling. These are all things that every other business will teach you to do as well. So you use these ways to see if you can help grow your business whilst giving people benefits. We're not trying to force people to do anything. We're showing people and sharing the benefits of products and scientifically based innovative products that are brand new in a brand new category that get people results. So why wouldn't we want to talk about these things? Really, why wouldn't we? We should be proud that we've launched this new coil. We should be proud that what we're wearing here and what it does is so unique and so special. And be ready for the new business model as well. Ron started to talk to you about it. You will never learn something on the first learning. This is the first day for some of you that have seen numbers and everything else. There's just to give you a quick answer. Coil version 2 versus coil version 1. It's a drop-down menu. You can just drop down and click coil 2 or coil 1. It's really important. It is all on there, and it explains what the difference between the two models as well. But please be ready for all of these things. You know something's coming. When you know something's coming, you start to prepare for it, because the better you're prepared, the quicker you can absorb things and the faster you can hit the ground running. And then you can start worrying about helping your downlines and your team as well, because you're already ready for it. So whenever we send out announcements, I know we all get spam, we all get newsletters from all sorts of stuff that we don't always want to read. But I promise you, if you're serious about your Healy World business, when we send you a newsletter, please open it. Please open it, because there is always something useful and valuable in those newsletters that may help you get to some goal that you want to get to. Okay, honestly, sometimes the most innocent comments or the side conversations that you've had, or just the random chances of things that happen in your life, can lead to the most fruitful returns. So it's very, 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 very important that you really make sure that you're getting hold of all of the company communication. And finally, use and wear and talk. Use your Healy as often as you wish to within the guidelines. Wear your Healy everywhere you go and talk to everybody about this amazing product, what it does for you, and share the opportunity with them. I'll give you one example. Ken Close, he is going to be so happy that I've name checked him. Ken is at an airport. He's wearing his Healy. He got stopped actually by territorial people and searched, oh, what is this? This is very unusual. The point is, though, I bet you Ken has already gone up and had hits off this. Someone says to him, what is this? What is it you're wearing? And when I go to an airport, I know Marcus is going to be going to the airport soon to start his travels. I hope, Marcus, that you take this with the coil, because they'll say to you, what is that you're wearing, sir? And you'll say, ah, funny you should say that, because I can tell you all about it. Then the next thing Marcus can do is he can untake the coil out of this, and then he can say, it depends what mood I'm in and it depends what I want to do. I sometimes use it with these cables, etc., etc. We have a whole story going on an aircraft. And trust me, some of the best business deals are done when people are traveling as well. So use, wear, and talk. And the final thing I want to do is, as Ron said, we have the luxury of speaking to you guys every month. And every month, the amount of work that goes into a Frequency Friday is enormous. There are a lot of people behind the scenes that do very hard work on this, and they make us look good. Ron and I have our jobs made so much easier by the big team that's behind us that works with us, because we are one team. So I just want to single out Christina Vittoria, particularly from the sales team, and I want to single out a couple of people in my team as well who pulled this presentation together for us, Eva and Caro, because they work hard too. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. And Frank, by the way, is the biggest thank you of all, because Frank has never, ever missed a Frequency Friday since this business started in 2 years. So Frank is probably somewhere trying to attempt a few minutes of peace and quiet, because he's actually got some holiday or some vacation. But I can imagine that it's like handing over your child to somebody for the night, or it's the first time you go out or something. So Frank, I hope I have looked after your baby, and I hope that you have we have done you proud. And I want to make sure all of you have a fantastic weekend ahead. Wish you every success in all that we do. And I'm going to leave you here with the video for the Healy coil.